Morning, this is the Sunrise Soul Sessions. We are back in this beautiful little spot. Just checking everything is working, looks good. So welcome. This is our little soul sunrise sessions where we just press live and see what comes, see what happens. The wind has come down again. It's still a little bit cold, but beautiful sol being rising behind us. And we just see what wishes to flow and glow. Here we are. So this continued theme of the importance of simplicity keeps showing. And this time is it's always important, but it's more important than ever when things get chaotic, things get confusing, things get challenging, things get opened, and potentials open. The importance of simplicity, the simplicity of being within oneself, being the breath, checking in with your body's wisdom, checking in with your heart wisdom, your heart knowing as to what is right for you, what is serving you, and what is distracting you, and what is keeping you in old loops of patterns and habits and ideas. And so it's an important Jidich, Katrina, Bongia, Jidich, good morning, good morning. Yes, so it's so important to find our way back to simplicity. And it's so close, it's too simple, it looks like and it feels like, and you think that I need to complicate this in some way. I need to do this process. I need to do this, this, and this. There is certain requirements to this life. And from a relative physical perspective, of course, there are tangible things that we do every day. There's tangible things that we take care of. There's tangible processes that are just part and parcel of this life. But most of what we do, especially from the source of it, which is the level of thought, is chaotic. If you've ever sat and watched the mind, it's the mind, not my mind or your mind. If you ever watched the mind, because it's impersonal, it just appears personal, it's absolutely insane. The most sane being on the planet, if you were to see their mind as a text, you can read it on a screen or an A4 page, you would see the insanity and the genius and the brilliance and the craziness. Thought just appears. For the most part, when thoughts arise, you haven't called that thought into being unless you're being conscious and present and actually choosing to do that. Thought just appears. It just appears on its own. It appears without asking. Funny one is, let's say you're doing something and it's changing a behavior. You're changing a habit, and it's something that's good for you. It's something that works for you. Something that serves. I don't like saying good, but something that serves you. And your mind will tell you, whatever that thing is, I want to do that. And then a second later, I'll say, I don't want to do that. And then, so let's say it's like a diet or something. You want to eat some sort of food, or say you're making a choice that you're not going to eat a certain type of food. Let's say a really addictive food like sugary foods, salty, fatty foods, whatever it happens to be. You've made a decision to do this. And your mind says, okay, we're going to do this. Then you get a weak moment and your mind says, go on, just have a piece of that cake. Just have a little, you can do this for anything, but this one can be quite common. Or just have that, whatever that thing is. Piece of cake, have that drink, have that, whatever. Insert whatever tendency you're trying to bring. Then, so the mind will say, and then you go, oh no, I'm not doing it. And then it'll say, yes, I'm doing it. No, I'm not. Yes, I'm doing it. No, I'm not. And then whatever happens, let's say you give in, and then you listen to the voice that says, go on and do it. And then you do it. You do the thing, and then what does the mind say? Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, I feel so bad now. Oh, look what you've done. You said you weren't going to do it, and you were. So the same mind, mental mind, crazy mind, says I'm going to do something, says don't do it, and then when you do the thing, guilt you and shames you. This is why it's not personal. It's just a complete random array of thoughts that we make personal. And if we listen to that, if we had if there was a being in our life, a being in our life that displayed all of the words and spoke all of the words that our mind continuously spurts out, the nonsense, we could not be in that being's presence. And that's everyone. Yet we stay with this supposed my mind, and we live with it all day, every day. And sometimes we listen to it, and sometimes we even listen to what it says and do it. Sometimes we even take its advice. It's absolutely insanity. So the simplicity is coming back to, who am I? Who am I? Am I this collection of jumbled, rambling, insane, sometimes inspirational, sometimes exciting, sometimes mental, crazy thoughts? Or am I the one that can actually talk about that, so that I must be the one that sees those thoughts, not the one that bees those thoughts, hopefully. There is no hope. So the simplicity has come back to thoughts arise. And the mastery is knowing that we can direct thoughts. But generally, the second that we're not directing thoughts, so if I said to you now, make your mind say, yes, 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 no, 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 it will do it. If I say to you, make your mind say, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you'll probably say it. And maybe you can't pronounce it, but it doesn't matter. If I told your mind to say, anti-disestablishmentarianism, it might be able to say it. So, yes, 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 no, 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 it'll do it. Then the second we are not directing the mind, when the mind is mastering us rather than us mastering the mind will just throw up thoughts. It might throw up thoughts about those long, stupid words that were put in there. It might throw up words about, why am I listening to this, or whatever. It'll just throw up random thoughts. It'll just give you randomness, and you do not choose it. But the mastery is that we can choose it. And so whenever the mind goes wild, and the mind appears as thoughts, and then expresses as feelings in the body, let's say it's feelings of unworthiness, feelings of sadness, feelings of whatever it happens to be, those are just thoughts with a story appearing in the body. And they're also not you. Let's get to simplicity. Sadness is appearing in the body. A thought of something, we could go very deep into the thought, but let's just stay a little bit more here today. Thought appears, feeling of sadness appears. Let's get really simple. Thought of some sad event, thought about a sad event, thought of seeing something that creates the feeling of sadness in the body. In the most simplest terms, the fact that we can say those words, the fact that you can notice that there's a thought and that there's a feeling of sadness, means there's something that is not thought and not sadness that's able to witness that and see that. It also feels it, but it's able to speak about it. It's able to be, it's like the eyes can't see themselves. A knife can't cut itself. Scissors can't cut themselves. There's something that is there that can witness the cutting with the knife. There's something noticing what the eyes see, but the eyes aren't seeing themselves. So thought appears, sadness arises in the body. There's something, oh my God. I'm just getting an Inception moment here. Have any of you seen the movie Inception? Where everything just like folds in on itself. I had this one time with the sky before, but I'm seeing it with the ocean now. Holy, not like a tsunami, but it's like of course it's not going to show on this camera, but I was seeing this like just coming over and folding in upon itself. Like the reality was just shifting. So thought appears, sadness appears, There's someone or something that knows this. And again, the feeling of grief or sadness or something can be very strong. But no matter how strong it is, there's something that is aware of this at 10:10. So the simplicity is, the suffering is, I am my feelings, I am my thoughts, I am my body. All of that, all of life is suffering, as the Buddha says. So simplicity is, sadness is here, thoughts are appearing, I am the one that sees this. And even though I can feel this very strongly, I can feel my heart beating, I can feel the pressure on my chest, I am still the one that is aware of that. It's not who I am. I am not sadness, sadness is appearing. I am not the thoughts that appear, I am the one that is aware of this. So whenever all of the chaos and the distraction and the beautiful things and the shiny things and the weird things and the wonderful things are appearing now, we get the opportunity to choose, like we just said. If you tell your mind now, and just practice it again. Tell your mind to say yes, yes, yes. It'll say it. Tell your mind to say no, no, no. It'll say it. Tell your mind to say anti-disestablishmentarianism. The parent may not say it, but it'll definitely have something to say about that. You can direct your mind. So whenever appearances are coming in the world, there's social media stuff, there's things going on in your relationships, you're having challenges in finances, in the world, in people that you're with, in the environment you're in, the community you're in, whatever it is. Thoughts are appearing, feelings are felt. Something knows this. And that is not subject to thought or subject to feeling. It's the awareness that knows that they're appearing. Again, the feeling is the challenging one. That's the heart. When you feel the depths of something in your heart, it's such a challenge to experience that is just a feeling that is happening, and I'm feeling it with all my being, but it's not who I am at 12:12. But it is possible. The very fact that we can say, I had the deepest grief, the deepest trauma, I felt the deepest sadness, shows that there's something there aware of that. And there was so whenever that deepest grief, deepest sadness, deepest trauma, again, it's either way, deepest joy, when it moves away and it subsides, which it always does, it comes to pass, the same thing that is aware of, let's say, neutrality, or is aware of the polar opposite. Like the mind says, yes, 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 no, no, no. That which is listening, hearing the yes, 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 is the same one that is hearing the no, no, no. And it's the same one that hears the silence. And it is the silence beyond silence. So the suffering is thoughts appearing, body emotions, attachment with an identity. I am this body, I am these thoughts, I am these feelings, I am this story, I am this collection of atoms, atom and energy, Adam and Eve, matter and energy. And even, it's like very words, that's one good thing in the English language, most of it is so distorted. When we say I am, we are saying that I am that I am, I am that I am. It's used in the language. We're identifying that we are witnessing something. I am feeling this. So it's the I before am. It's the I before I. It's the I that has no eye to see, and it has no words. It's the one that notices everything, feels everything, but is there when those thoughts and feelings and bodies and words disappear. They're here before it comes, it's here before it comes, and it's here after it leaves. And it sees that it's never even come or gone. But it's the identity that we make. This is where the simplicity gets lost and the suffering is born, is when we identify as the thoughts, as the feelings, as the body, as the word. We identify with the story. We identify with the little me. We identify with, I attach a meaning to, I am my history, I am my story, I am my thoughts, I am my feelings, I am this body, I this, I that. That's the little I. But what is able to tell that story? What is aware of the high moments of your life and the low moments of your life? What is aware of maybe the moments where thought subsides completely and there's no feeling? What is aware when you leave the body? What knows that you had a good sleep? When you've had a dreamless sleep, and you wake up and you say, "Oh, I had a really good sleep." What's telling you that? What knows that you had a good sleep? If you're in deep sleep without dreams, there's just nothing. There's no appearance of anything. It's not the absence of awareness. It's the awareness of absence. So what is awareness? What is aware of absence? So the attachment when we wake up. One of the videos last week, I can't remember what it's called, is like when we go to bed at night, we put down our backpack of beliefs, our backpack of ideas, our stories. We may go into dreams where we keep some form of that identity, or we may take a different one. But at some point every night, we go into what is known as deep sleep, where everything disappears. There's no memory, there's no dreams, there's no body, there's no you, there's no this, there's no that. Then we may come into dream again, and then we come into a waking dream where this dream appears again. And there's no requirement, there's no karmic law, there's nothing that says that we have to pick up that backpack and carry on just the way it is in linear fashion. I am this age, I am this gender, I am this body, I am this thoughts, I am these beliefs, I am these tendencies. All of those are backpacks of beliefs that we pick up. Of course, we do it so quickly it feels like we're not choosing it, but we choose to do it instantaneously every breath. Every breath is a death. We do this every moment, but at least with deep sleep we have this mini death. Someone who is like lucid dream, you might even be lucid in the dream, but still in deep sleep there is nothing to be lucid of. There's no one to be lucid. We every night the truth appears to no one. So in this time of complexity, in this time of confusion, in this time of lots of shiny objects pulling you this way and that, the call is back to simplicity. Simplicity is of spirit, complexity is of the mind. It is more simple than simplicity itself. So where can you find simplicity? The breath is such a key one because it's always with you everywhere, every time. Whenever you're not breathing, you're either doing breath work with me and you've gone into that state of samadhi, or you're leaving this body and it won't matter anyway. So while there's breath in the body, it's appearing, you can connect with that breath and see every breath as a death. And one of the yogic practices is finding that little death at each end of the breath. So just watching the inhale all the way up, and there's just it could be a microsecond of a moment where you're not inhaling, you're not exhaling. There's just a death, a no thing. And then the same at the end of the exhale. You might need to get into a quiet place, a still place, to just notice that. And don't try and make it happen. It's not a holding of the breath. It's just a noticing. There's absolutely zero effort in this. Effort is of the mind. Effort is for the body. Effort is what causes challenges and suffering. So I call back to simplicity for this Sunrise Soul session. Simplicity is the key to all our suffering. Coming back to what is simple, what is spirit, what is here. Thoughts arise. Let them arise. When you're, with intention, direct the thoughts. A crazy thought comes up, direct it in the opposite way that serves you. That's a continuous 24/7, 365 days, 60 seconds of every minute process. Direct the mind of mastery, so mastering the mind. So when thoughts are appearing that don't serve you, completely ignore them and choose one that does serve you. Point it in another direction. Feelings arise. Heart. This is deep, deep, deep. The body feels it, and you're such a sensitive soul. You feel it, and it's me. No, I can feel this. It's true that I feel this with every part of my being, and it's true that I can talk about that. I can notice that. I am something that is aware that by the very fact that I can describe it, there was an awareness before it started, there's an awareness as it starts, there's an awareness as it intensifies, and there's an awareness of it lessening in intensity, and then there's awareness of a time when it's not there. There's no emotion or feeling that has ever come to stay, they have always come to pass. Not denying the intensity. There is intensity. That's the gift of being a human, the intensity of feeling, but you are the one that knows that those feelings come and go. You are not the body, you're not the feeling, you're not the ideas, the belief systems, the thoughts. You are the one that knows. This is the simplicity of spirit for this Sunrise Soul session. And we'll leave it there. So I will be on my way to the Emerald Isle. Oh, every time I even think about that or feel it, I get emotional. The sacred Emerald Isle. Going for an incredible 2-day conference, Breatharian conference, Living on Light. Especially looking forward to seeing someone who I have read many of her books, Jasmine Heaney. She's been living on light for many years. And meeting up with a whole load of whoever turns up in Ireland. And looking forward to that Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday will be some sacred site in Ireland for the eclipse on April 8th. Don't know what's happening there, but look forward to whatever appears. And looking forward to a simple journey through the Matrix and the airplanes and all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna be like a child. I'm gonna have it as such fun. I'm coming on my own, and yes, that's gonna be fun. So just blessing that journey, blessing your journey, blessing all the beings along our path, blessing all those lives that we're here to touch, and blessing life itself as life itself. Until next time, from my heart to yours. The divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are